take a 2x4, cut it in between the ceiling joists, whichever direction I go. So I know I'm going to need a 2x4, right? And I have some scraps of 2x4 in the garage off of another job. And usually if you're doing things on your own, you always want to keep your scraps. So I've got a scrap that's long enough to do this. I could use a 2x4 flatways up there, or I could use a 2x6 flatways up there if I don't have a 2x4. And to go to the store, you can, the smallest 2x4 you're going to be able to get probably is an 8-foot 2x4 or a stud, which is 92¼ inches. And if you don't have a truck or something, you don't want to carry it in your car, you can have them cut that in half for you, let's say, if you want. Or get a 10-footer, cut that in half. You got 2 5-foot pieces, cut a 12-footer in half, you know, so forth and so on. Or maybe you can talk somebody into, hey, I don't want to buy 8 feet. I want to buy just 3 feet or just 4 feet. So you talk them into cutting a 12-footer and cut a 4-footer off of that, and they still can sell the last bit of their 12-footer as an 8-footer. And then you buy just 4 feet if they can sell it to you by the foot. You can do something like that. Anything like that. You're going to need a 2x4, and I'm going to put it in with screws, and I'm going to use some 3-inch long sheetrock coarse threaded drywall screws. And you could use nails. You can use 16 vinyl pinning nails for that. I could show you that later, but you know, so far I know I'm going to need a metal box up there, and I'll probably have a Romex connector connected onto that because I've knockouts on the side of the box, and that'll hold the wire. You put this wire in, there's little knockouts on the side of the box and on the top of the box, wherever. And so on the side, if you don't put something, this is just sliding in there, and you're not supposed to do that. So I'll probably have a little piece of coupling that fits on there, and then it attaches to the box, and then it clamps on the other Romex connector, I think it's called, and that'll be something up there for the box. And that flat 2x4, I'll raise that up off of the sheetrock, however thick the box is going to go up through the sheetrock. Okay, and on that metal box, I'm going to get one that's designed for a ceiling fan, and they have those. You go to the ceiling fan area and you tell them, and the actual threads that go through the metal box, there's little tabs on the side, you know, just flat little tabs with threads on it for screws. Well, for a ceiling fan, if you were to have this inspected, they would want threads going all the way through so that when you put your mounting screws for your ceiling fan, it's held all the way in there, not just on this little flat ear bit. Okay, same thing with the pancake box. They have a separate pancake box with thin threads, and then they have one that's full, that goes up a 1/2 inch into the pancake box. And so you're threading all the way through into that threaded area for your ceiling fan to hold the ceiling fan. You see what I mean? When I get the material, maybe I'll get a couple boxes of different things. So when I get ready to install the ceiling fan, I can show you the boxes. Here's another box. Here's a box you don't want to use. Here's a box you do want to use, and so forth and so on. Okay, so could I go back installing with the pancake box? Yeah, I probably could. And there's enough room to mount everything. And so where my location is in the ceiling, if it's close to a ceiling joist and just slightly off, I can move it over a little bit and screw the pancake box, boom, right up into a ceiling joist, and have a little bit of it stick out beyond that where the knockout is to run my wire, and then I can use a pancake box if I wanted. But I'll get both, and then I'll have to measure and determine where I want the ceiling fan. Do I want it centered in this entire ceiling, or do I want it on the edge of the bed coming straight up from the edge, or does it really matter? You know, you can put it wherever you want, and then from And then where the bed is from left to right, do I want it in the very center? If this bed is not centered in the entire room, do I want it centered over the bed, or do I want it centered in the room? You know, you gotta make those decisions. And then once you do that, you can also determine where your ceiling joists are. You know, maybe you want to move it over. Does it matter if it's 2 inches off centered so that you can put your pancake box up in there? Does it matter if it's 2 inches that direction as opposed to right here, as opposed to here, or instead of here, can it be right there? And so those are the types of things you've got to decide, especially if you're going to use just a pancake box. So I'm going to get a pancake box, and I'm also going to get the other type of box when I'm at the store. I'll figure that out. And that's pretty much all the material I'm going to need. I'm not going to need much, as well as the new ceiling fan. And obviously the new ceiling fan is going to go into our bedroom, the master bedroom. The ceiling fan in the master bedroom is going to come over here, and it's going to be mounted over here. That's it. That's all of the material that I'm going to need. Now, if you're watching this from the beginning, I'm going to make a whole series on this ceiling fan from start to finish, and they're going to be in different videos, and I'll post those on my channel, and you'll have to find the matching one, which one goes next after this and after this, and that kind of thing. And so this is just one of the videos of many, and maybe this will help you out determining what kind of material you need at the store, what kind of wire you need at the store. Maybe you never knew about this. Maybe you've never installed one before. Maybe after you watch this whole series, you're like, hey, I didn't think I could do this, but now I can, thanks to Joe, because he explained everything step by step how he's going to do it. Because I'll as well make videos of taking this box out without making a mess in the wall. I can actually take that box out. Did you know that? I've also got videos on my channel right now that shows you how to take a box out, how to put in a cut-in box. But because I'm making this video series, I'll do it from scratch, because I never know what I'm going to say next, and you'll know right here how I'm going to do it. And then I've got to figure out, see, I want to do this so I don't make any holes in the ceiling. I don't make any holes in the wall, right? I don't want to patch any sheetrock, patch, tape, top, skim, texture, prime, paint. Maybe I don't have the paint to match these walls. Maybe I'm not good enough of texturing to match this existing texture, so I don't see a patch on the wall right here where the wall switches are going to go. But see, that brings me up to my next point. I don't want to do any patches on here. I can get up into the attic up here. There is a crawl space up here, and I know when I take this out, I'm going to have to fish a wire. How on earth am I going to fish a wire from here up to there without cutting a hole in the wall? Well, this floor to ceiling is 10 feet tall. And I know I'm probably going to have a fire block either at 4 feet going across or 5 feet going across. Centered of this, or at least 4 feet. And I should have a fire block in that wall. And maybe the fire block is just above this light switch. Maybe it's just right here, going across this way. If it was, when I take that out, I could take a regular drill bit on my drill and reach up in there without messing up the sheetrock and drill a hole up through there. But even if I could do that, I've got to get up through that. And there's going to be 3 layers, 2 layers at the top, and then for sheetrock backing, there's probably another layer up there too, depending on which way the floor joists go and all that kind of stuff. So there's either 2 layers of wood up there, which is 3 inches, or there's going to be 4.5 inches. Okay, a flat plate, flat top plate, and then flat sheetrock backing on top of that if the ceiling joists are going that way. If the ceiling joists are coming across this way, there's not going to be any of that. There's just going to be a top plate and a double plate. Top plate, okay, so there might only be 3 inches. So even if I went up into the ceiling, I'd have to drill through that with the drill bit and then take my wire, fish it down, fish it through a hole where my fire block is. And if the fire block is right there, might be able to do that by drilling the hole out a little bit bigger, cutting it with the Sawzall, and try to fish it down there or fish it up from here, up and try to hit it, fish it from the top down and try to fish it, poke it, poke it, poke it. Then you have to have somebody here with the flashlight, all that kind of stuff, trying to fit it down through that next one. It's very difficult to do. And I know there's going to be a fire block in there. So how am I going to do that? One other thing, I'm explaining this for a reason. One other thing I'm going to get at the store, and I used to have one of these, is this thing called a flexi bit. And it's a bit, it's a long shaft, and it flexes back and forth, and it comes in two links, I think. And it flexes, and it's got a twisty bit on the end. You can take the end off, and you can flex it in the wall and drill up. I can drill up through the fire block, whether or not the fire block is here or if it's up here. I can fish it up through there, and then I can extend the bit, run the bit up further, and then to get it all the way, once I get it up in there, I've got the other section of the bit of the rod, and I can hook that on there, hook that to my drill. That might be another 2 feet or 3 feet. This whole thing is, you know, when you hook it all together, I think you can go up 8 feet or something like that. And it's got quick clip connections on it and things. So then I can take it from here, go up, drill up through the one fire block, push it up through the wall, get it all the way up to here, drill another hole up through there, run it up there, leave it there, take the end of that bit off, and then it comes with this other long thing with an area you can hook your Romex cabling on. Okay, and it clamps on there, and then you can pull that, hook your wire from the top, and then you can pull it down, keep pulling it right on your flexi bit shaft, okay, and pull it right where you need it, because not only are you going to go through the two top plates, you're going to go through the fire block. If there was no fire block in this wall, you might have lucked out. Then you wouldn't necessarily need the flexi bit, would you? You'd have the hole there, because we're going to take this box out. So you got that hole, and we're going to cut in the 2-gang box. So you're going to have a hole this big. Boom, kaboom, kaboom. That big. And if there's no fire block in the wall, then you can go up, if you can get up in the attic, you can drill a hole with a regular drill bit, paddle bit, 1 inch, 1.25 inches, 3/4 of an inch, whatever. And then you can fish your wire from the attic on down and just fish it on down here and push it down however far you need. And if you're by yourself, then you're gonna have to walk back down here and look through there, reach your hand in there, take your flashlight and try to fish it out of there, push it up and pull it out of the wall. Or if you have a helper, they're down here, you're up there, or they're up there, you're down here. Okay, keep fishing it. Okay, wait. Okay, I got it. Okay, pull it up. Okay, stop, and then you pull it out of there if there's no fire block. But if there was a fire block, then you're going to need that long flexi bit thing. So my guess is I'm going to need that flexi bit, and I'm going to end up using that flexi bit for other things too. And if you weren't sure whether or not you need the flexi bit or not, you can turn the power off tip. Once you take this out of here and cut the hole in, you can shine a flashlight up there. You can run your tape measure up through there to see if there is a fire block. Or you can take your piece of Romex cabling and you just start pushing it up there and see if you hit any block that goes across, you know, from left to right. That would be called a fire block. And if there's nothing, maybe you don't need the flexi bit. Or if you buy the flexi bit and you don't need it, you can take it back. Okay, either way. So there you go. That's the rest of the video so far for this project. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And I'm looking forward to this project. I hope you are too. Keep watching my channel.